everybody? The Week in Review, episode 159. This is where we go over Raw and SmackDown in a WWE action figure setup style. I'll tell you guys what happened, tell you what I thought about it. I am BrettO Live. I do WWE and WWE action figures all over the freaking YouTube channel, so feel free to check it out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Comment down below which show was better this week, Raw or SmackDown. Drop it in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram at BrettOLive04. And without further ado, let's get into Monday Night Raw. Starting over here, we opened up the show with the 20th anniversary celebration of Randy Orton. Randy Orton has been doing this for 20 years in WWE. Can you believe it? He's one of the best to do it. Randy Orton, one of the most well-known names in the business. Randy Orton. Randy Orton was out there. He was out there with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes came out there. He was out there with his current tag partner, Matt Riddle. And then, of course, it had to get interrupted. There were a bunch of superstars surrounding the ring, by the way. I thought it was pretty cool. Everybody was out of character outside of the ring, just cheering on Randy Orton, heel face, doesn't matter. They were cheering Orton. I mean, 20 years, dude. He's a freaking legend, killer. They got interrupted by the Usos, Seth Rollins, and when Ezekiel came in, it got interrupted by Kevin Owens. I loved this promo. I really just thought it was a great way to open up the show, and it really just brought all of the current rivalries like Kevin Owens and Elias, Usos, RK Bro, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes. It brought all the current rivalries together. And I just loved this promo so much. Definitely go watch it. It was an awesome interaction between all the superstars. I definitely recommend going to watch it. And then it led to the main event of the show, which I will talk about later. Moving over here, it was Bianca Belair going up against Sonya Deville for the Raw Women's Championship. This match, I wasn't a fan of at all. Bianca Belair won like 3 times, but they were really trying to display Sonya Deville's like management position. She kept on restarting the match, changing the match rules. I just thought it was really just worn out and lame. I wasn't into it. Carmella and Selena Vega ended up coming out when it was no disqualification, and basically it was 3-on-1, and Bianca Belair was still able to overcome the odds and win or retain the Raw Women's Championship here on Raw in Knoxville, Tennessee, her hometown. So that was pretty cool, but as far as the actual match goes, I wasn't a fan of it. Moving over here was a tag team match, a mixed tag team match. Akira Tozawa and Tamina going up against Dana Brooke and Reggie. R-Truth, special guest referee. 2-on-2 tag match. It was okay. I wasn't a fan of it, honestly. In the end, we saw a pretty cool senton from Akira Tozawa that we haven't really seen in a while because he's literally just been used as a joke, but when he actually gets in the ring, he could actually do some miracles, you know what I'm saying? Jumps off the top rope, sort of like a coffin drop, but not really. But it was a really cool move that Akira Tozawa pulled off on Reggie to pick up the victory. And then it was a fight for the 24/7 title, and Dana Brooke ended up escaping with it. It's just lame. Moving over here, Becky Lynch was out here. This is the first time we're seeing her after WrestleMania, and before she got interrupted, she was talking about how she's nothing without the Raw Women's Championship. She's nothing without it, and she looked super depressed, and her hair was cut differently, and she got interrupted by Asuka. I knew it right away, right when I heard that. I knew it right away. I'm like, oh my god, it's Asuka. Let's go! So I was super hyped. I haven't seen Asuka in a fat freaking minute. And it's cool to see her going after Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch was the one that gave her the Raw Women's Championship when she had to go away because she was pregnant. How crazy is that? So Asuka and Becky, the first person that Asuka faces when she comes back is Becky Lynch. How cool is that? I really like that. I think that's awesome. Moving over here is Finn Balor going up against Damian Priest. This match was actually pretty decent. Had me entertained. I thought it was pretty cool. We had Edge sitting on his throne up the entrance ramp, watching his disciple Damian Priest go at it with Finn Balor in a really good match. Before this, they had a really cool promo backstage. And by the way, I freaking love Edge's faction, Judgment Day. I find it so cool. He just needs to build it. He needs to add a guy like Finn Balor, like he faced here, or he needs to add like Rhea Ripley, I don't know if you should add any women to this. I think you should keep it strictly guys. But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what he's going to do. But anyways, Damian Priest was able to pick up the victory over Finn Balor with a pretty cool maneuver, and then he stood by Edge as Edge was very impressed by Damian Priest. That was pretty cool. Moving over here, it was an episode of Miz TV, special guest Austin Theory. 2 egos colliding. I thought it was pretty cool to see Miz and Austin Theory in the same ring at the same time. Of course, Theory, brand new United States champion. Out comes Mustafa Ali. Another return. Asuka, Mustafa Ali. Dude, Mustafa Ali pops out, starts talking trash to Austin Theory, wants a United States title match with Theory. Theory says no, but then he's like, might as well fight The Miz. So he goes one-on-one with The Miz after an exchange of words. Match was pretty decent. I enjoyed it. It was cool to see Mustafa Ali back in a wrestling ring, of course, asking for his release a couple months back. But yeah, it was cool to see him go up against The Miz one-on-one. Mustafa Ali was able to pick up the victory with a roll-up, I believe, or some sort of pinning combination. One of the best finishers in WWE on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown is definitely a roll-up. That's how they end matches 90% of the time. But yeah, Mustafa Ali was able to pick up the victory, and you gotta think he's gonna be gunning after the United States title. Moving over here, it was and then right after, I forgot to mention, right after Ali was going up the ramp, Tommaso Ciampa just rams him out of nowhere. So I guess Tommaso Ciampa's a heel. I don't know. That was so weird and unnecessary. Moving over here, it was Bobby Lashley versus Omos in an arm wrestling contest. This was actually pretty decent. I actually kind of enjoyed this. Of course, we had Bobby Lashley win the arm wrestling contest. Man is a freaking piece of granite. And then right after, as you would think, the distraction from MVP forces Omos to attack Bobby Lashley, and then they just beat up Bobby Lashley. I'm like, that was a little too obvious. I enjoyed the arm wrestling contest, but of course, it always ends up in a brawl. Always. Literally always does. And then, of course, moving over here, it was the main event of the show. RK-Bro, Cody Rhodes, and Ezekiel, not Elias, going up against the Usos, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens. 8-man tag team match. Adam Pearce made this match, and it was freaking amazing. Oh my gosh, I really enjoyed this match. Of course, the entire show was basically dedicated to Randy Orton, so in the end of the match, we had Randy Orton RKO literally everybody, I believe, unless he might not have RKO'd Seth Rollins, but he literally RKO'd everybody in the end, and then Randy Orton picked up the victory for the team. He did little combination moves with Riddle, did combination moves with Ezekiel. It was cool to see Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, same ring again, same team, because of course Legacy in 2010 was definitely a prime tag team, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, guys, that was a solid way to end the show, and that was Monday Night Raw. Definitely one of the more solid Monday Night Raws over the past couple weeks here. I actually kind of enjoyed this episode. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 in the end. I thought it was a really solid episode. I enjoyed it. Certain things I didn't enjoy. Obviously, it's Monday Night Raw. I didn't enjoy certain things. But yeah, 3 out of 5 for Raw here. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments down below. And jumping into this trash can of a show. Oh my gosh, SmackDown, dude. Like each week, in my opinion, Raw is actually improving, but SmackDown is just going downhill. Jumping into the opening match of the night, it was Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn for the fourth week in a row. We are seeing Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. I believe so. But this time it's in a steel cage, and this was the final bout that we're going to see between them, which I'm happy about, because 4th week in a freaking row. Oh my God, get your point across already. But anyways, it was inside of a steel cage. Decent matchup. I wouldn't say it was bad. I wouldn't say it was amazing. Match was pretty decent. Sami Zayn could not escape like he did in the past 3 weeks that he did. But this time, Drew McIntyre was able to hit the Claymore on him and pick up the victory. Not a bad match. Decent way to open up the show, I guess. Moving over here, it was Naomi going up against Shayna Baszler one-on-one. This match was, it was mid. Naomi was able to pick up the victory, and then Natalya attacked her literally right after, and then it was an all-out brawl between both teams. Shayna and Natalya ended up reigning supreme or reigning tall in the end of the fight or whatever. It was lame, boring in my opinion. Moving over here, it was Raquel Rodriguez in her debut match. Yeah, she went out there in an enhancement match. She just faced a jobber, nobody. And Raquel Rodriguez obviously picked up the victory. She picked up the victory. Interested to see what she's going to do. Honestly, she could contend with Charlotte or Ronda Rousey, in my opinion. She's a beast, man. She's pretty cool. So I'm interested to see what she's going to do. But as far as this match goes, I do not like enhancement matches. I think they're super lame. But yeah. Moving over here, Lacey Evans did another one of her little promos backstage, talking about a rough past and everything. She's going to be getting in the ring soon, I hope. And I literally just want to see her in the ring. I'm sick and tired of these freaking backstage things, I'm going to be honest. Moving over here, it was Baron Corbin, episode of the Happy Talk, with a special guest of the trophy. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy was the special guest. How interesting is that? But anyways, Happy Corbin, he said he was going to destroy the trophy on this episode of Happy Talk. But nor did he know that Madcap Moss was hiding on the outside of the ring. I believe he was one of the guys that brought out the trophy, just in disguise, obviously. And then he took off his little uniform or his outfit, and then he attacked Happy Corbin. He tried to take him out with a sledgehammer. Didn't really work. But then, yeah, he was able to gain his trophy back and then get Happy Corbin out of the ring. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with their match at WrestleMania Backlash. Hopefully it's good. But yeah, as far as this promo goes, it was mid. Moving over here, it was Ridge Holland going up against Xavier Woods. Match was okay. Xavier Woods was able to pick up the victory. And then Sheamus was like, I want to fight too. Then it was Sheamus versus Kofi Kingston one-on-one. Sheamus was able to pick up the victory. So basically 1-1 between the two teams. And then right after that match, it sort of ended in an all-out brawl. Sheamus and Ridge Holland, they took out Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Xavier Woods ultimately getting sent through a table by Ridge Holland right there. And then, of course, Butch is missing. So I don't know where Butch is, but yeah, that's stupid. Moving over here, it was a contract signing with RK Bro and the Usos for the for combining the tag titles. Contract signing was it was as you would expect with a contract signing. Randy Orton was like, "Oh, this is the right hand man," and then Jimmy Uso is you know what. So, and then it breaks down, RK Bro, Uso's going at it, and then Roman Reigns' music hits. I'm like, oh, here comes the Tribal Chief. I'm like, okay, this is actually kind of cool. And then he comes down to the ring, starts laying down the business with RK Bro, and then Drew McIntyre comes out. This is, of course, after he beat Sami Zayn, and looks like he's going to be the next challenger for Roman Reigns. They already fought each other, which I'm not too fond of, that we've already seen this match. It was at Survivor Series last year, I believe, and we kind of already saw the match. I'm not too thrilled about that. It might have been, yeah. But, yeah, like I said, I'm not too thrilled about it. We've already seen the match. It was at one of the Survivor Series. But, yeah, I'm interested to see what they're going to do with that. But as far as this goes, Drew McIntyre and RK Bro were able to take the ring after they took out RK Bro. After they took out the Bloodline, which, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Moving over here is a Beat the Clock challenge. We had Ronda Rousey going up against Shotzi Blackheart, setting the time for Charlotte to beat. I believe it was 1 minute and 41 seconds. And then Charlotte had to go up against Aaliyah, and she was not able to beat Aaliyah within 1 minute and 41 seconds. So then Charlotte ended up losing the Beat the Clock challenge. And then she beat up Drew Gulak. Again, this show sucks. This show sucks, dude. It's so boring. I don't care. This show freaking sucks, dude. The only actual kind of good thing was Roman Reigns. A steel cage match was okay, but dude, this show sucks. 1 out of 5 for SmackDown this week. Raw blew away SmackDown this week, definitely. Let me know what you guys thought about the shows down in the comments down below. Check out all the new videos on the channel. Brand new Ultimate Edition video, Mr. T and Hulk Hogan. That video is awesome. I recommend checking it out. And I really began to enjoy this week in review. Again, let me know your ratings down in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time. BrettO Live out.